Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.
The thing is, especially for a place like Seattle, we really eradicated the drought pretty quickly once the rain started. And now the ground is saturated. And now you've got these gusty winds, so maybe some limbs down, maybe some power outages before all is said and done.
It could get ugly, actually. We love to share the wealth, right? But you just get this really narrow ribbon of moisture that comes right into basically just Washington these days. And so they're the only place getting the rain.
Yeah, you can see the guidance here. We've got high pressure offshore, low pressure back to the north and west, and that is directing all of that moisture, basically a river of Pacific moisture right into Washington. Northern Oregon getting a little bit of it, but it's kind of like just an atmospheric hose spraying on the exact same spots.
And you alluded to it, because the ground's so saturated, flood issues will be there for sure. And so we've got, weakened root systems, and now maybe we get a little bit of wind that comes in. Trees could topple over, something to watch for.
Oh, yeah. And of course, you've got the elevation changes there. You've got the Olympic Mountains. You've got some of the Cascades as well. So we're getting that runoff down into the flood-prone creeks and streams. If you know you live beside a creek and it tends to flood, you're going to want to keep an eye on it.
100%. So there's a look at what's going on for us hour by hour here. You can see the showers pretty persistent through the afternoon and the evening. Portland, you may not actually get in on that stuff until maybe overnight tonight or sometime tomorrow morning, but ultimately Monday there's more rain and there's snow now in the Cascades because the snow elevations are coming down. They've been pretty high this weekend. Yeah,
they have. It's been, I don't want to call it warm, but it's not been cold enough to really see those levels come down. We could see some pretty impressive totals before all is said and done too, so that just adds to that risk for some flooding. Adding to your weekend, maybe, if you've been waiting for it, it is Sunday football.
That is
That's
right.
a thing, right? Sunday football.
A thing. It's definitely a thing. All right, so let's run through some forecasts. Let's start with the good stuff first, and then we'll go to the bad stuff, all right? Vikings at Chargers here. They got this beautiful stadium at SoFi. Look at these conditions. They are spectacular.
That's my kind of weather. 80 degrees and sunny.
Amazing. Is this your kind of weather?
This is the opposite of my kind of weather, from one end to the other. The Lions taking on the Steelers. We are going to have that snow falling, and you know it's chilly out there.
We're gonna have the terrible towels like around our necks and our ears and our mouths and our noses, right? All right, so Titans taking on the Saints here. Temperatures actually pretty solid here in Middle Tennessee, in the mid-50s, dry the whole time, so I think you can have an enjoyable time here. Dry for us. Buffalo versus Jets as well, but you're not getting any sunshine.
No, you're not, and you're in the 40s. The good news is we don't really have a brisk wind, so you won't really have much of a wind factor there.
A lot of folks are interested in this game. Browns versus Patriots. Temperatures around 50 at kickoff here. Winds, not a huge factor. About 5 to 10 miles per hour.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of weather that's not too terrible for football. In fact, I'd say this is fantastic football weather. Mid-60s there as the Eagles are taking on the Broncos in Denver. You don't typically think of mid-60s in Denver.
Not in November, you don't, that's for sure. All right, we come back here on Weekend Recharge.
You and not me. Stay warm. Because, yeah, I can just tell how cold it feels out there. Stay warm, Justin. If it makes you feel any better, it's cold here in the studio as well. It's still pretty chilly inside here. We've got snow coming down, not just in Chicago, but Green Bay, Appleton, Oshkosh. You guys are all included in that. Green Bay, you're sitting at about 31 degrees. But because you have this northerly component to your winds up around 15 miles per hour, it's feeling more like 21 degrees. Visibility is reduced because that snow is coming down. So it's not a good time to be out and about in Green Bay. I know you guys are hardy. I know you're no stranger to the winter weather, but still, it's going to improve as we move through your Sunday. That weather is going to get better. So if you do have something you need to do out and about in Green Bay or Shawano, I would just wait until the later part of your day. Maybe you're headed to the game, the Seahawks taking on the Pack. Temperatures are still going to be in the 30s, and we're going to continue with a bit of a breeze, so it is going to feel a bit chillier than it actually is. The good news is, though, the snow is going to stop coming down there. So certainly the second part of your day, you're not going to be dealing with that wintry precip. As we look a little bit farther south to a place like Milwaukee and Madison, you guys have some of those snow showers around, but you guys are not seeing nearly as much as, say, that you're seeing in Green Bay. Milwaukee, maybe a ½ inch so far. We're not going to add a whole lot onto that. So this isn't a huge snowmaker, but it is, it's nuisance type of winter weather, Mike, that's going to impact you if you're trying to get out on the roads because, of course, as we've seen, that makes those roads slick.
Hasn't taken much.